to center and deep. And we have a tie game.
On the 21st of June, 2022, Franmil Reyes continued the Guardians' torment of the Minnesota Twins bullpen by smacking this laser beam of a homer at 111.7 miles per hour, the hardest hit homer of the season for Cleveland, a ball that seemingly never got more than 20 feet off the ground. And, of course, that about ends the highlights for Reyes in a Guardians uniform in 2022. But as the year comes to a close, it's time to look back on the most noteworthy moments from a Statcast perspective. Hardest hit, farthest hit, lucky and unlucky, fastest throws, and pitch outliers. It's time to dig into the data and find Cleveland's most standout Statcast oddities of 2022. Now, when it comes to hardest hit, Reyes took a back seat. This double by Jose Ramirez clocked in at 114.2 miles per hour. No Cleveland hitter smoked a ball harder this past season, and Ramirez got it on September 14th, just in time to claim the crown. And by the way, he's only hit one ball harder dating back to 2016, a 2020 ground out at 114.3 miles per hour. And while we're talking about hard hits that turn into outs, no one was more unlucky than Reyes, who hit 4 balls at 110 miles per hour or harder this year, which were turned into outs, most on the team. This one in particular was smoked at 112.4. When it rains, it pours. Squibs? Yep, that's a hit at 25.6 miles per hour off the bat from Victor Reyes in early June. Nick Sandlin yielded the lowest EV on a ball that became a hit. This one was borderline to receive a speeding ticket in a school zone. But Cal Quantrill will tell you these things tend to even out. Back on August 12th, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. turned around this Quantrill offering at 114.9 miles per hour, right now into the hurting hand of Gold Glover Stephen Kwan, the hardest hit ball given up by a Cleveland pitcher that was turned into an out.
As a Blue Jay.
Speaking of Quantrill, he was the biggest beneficiary of Cleveland's defense, as the guard's gloves were credited with 15 outs above average with Quantrill on the bump, the most among all pitchers in baseball. But not everyone can be as lucky, so sometimes you gotta take the defense out of it.
1-2 pitch.
This is ridiculous. 197 pitches thrown by Cleveland pitchers this year were 100 miles per hour or faster. 196 of them came from Emmanuel Clase. This one at 101 miles per hour was the fastest thrown strikeout of 2022. Clase also threw the fastest pitch of the year at 102.5. But as much as we all love it fast, how about a slow dance? This toss by Aaron Savali came in at 72 miles per hour, the slowest pitch to yield a K by Cleveland pitchers this year. But that wasn't the slowest thrown by a pitcher this year. Take her away, Ernie.
Hey.
46.9. Does this qualify as a pitch? Does Ernie Clement qualify as a pitcher? Well, kinda, at least back on July 2nd. With a pitch that speed, it's amazing it wasn't hit as far as this Nolan Jones bop. 457 feet. A flight so long it stopped for a drink in the fountains in Kansas City. Not bad for your first big league round tripper, also Cleveland's farthest hit ball of 2022. Out of the park? How about out of the zone? 67 of Ahmed Rosario's 180 hits came on balls out of the zone, 26 more than the next highest Guardian. Swing at strikes? How about mind your own damn business? Unless you're Shane Bieber. Keep swinging out there. This flailing attempt by Edward Olivares was one of 130 Bieber strikeouts that came on pitches outside the zone. That's 20 more than the next closest, Tristan McKenzie. Oh, speaking of sticks. No, not the band. McKenzie excelled at avoiding hits, even on tosses in the zone. He led the staff with 80 Ks within the strike zone, which shows just how difficult he was to square up, as Michael Massey just demonstrated. Now for an even more unlucky fate. Ahmed Rosario's looping liner carried an expected batting average of .969. Nope. It ended the game back in April with a .000 success rate. But of course, you can't play baseball's most disgusting brand without some rep from the blooper gate. Ready for this? This blooper by Luke Maley carried an expected batting average of .009, the lowest of any ball that resulted in a hit. And that, kids, is how you become baseball's most annoying team. A badge Cleveland wore with honor, by the way. I guess Cleveland's catchers stay lucky. This homer by Austin Hedges back in June had the lowest expected slugging percentage of any ball that cleared the fence this year for Cleveland. That had a, you ready for this, 137 X-slug. Yep, 137. The sort of thing to send opposing pitchers screaming into the void. But then sometimes they can thank their lucky stars. Oh, this ball blasted by Josh Naylor with an X-slug of over 3,000, by the way, had the highest number of any ball that became an out. Ooh. And that's it for this year. Thanks for watching. If you dig this video, pop it a thumbs up. If you made it this far and hated it, I guess I earned that thumbs down. And hey, subscribe to our Guardians podcast, the Selby's Godcast, and all the usual places. I'm TJ Zuppe. Take care.